السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
The reason of my trip going to Syria is by being feeling guilty and frustrated. Every time I saw the news saying wounded children, elderly, crying for help, and all surrounding people around, nobody cares, especially surrounding countries. When I saw these casualties and desperate need for help, I decided and I felt this is my duty as a Syrian toward my people in Syria and to my humanity at most. Since the beginning of the historic revolution, I was working with local community through SAC and Tansiqiyya, trying to reach our voice and educate the public about our cause. Through helping and organizing events, demonstration, and town hall meeting. Before my travel to Syria, I started gathering medical supplies, medication, what's most needed. In cooperation, communicating with people in Syria on the ground, crying for help. Please help us. No medicine, not even simple medication. Tylenol, what's Tylenol? You can buy it over the counter here. It's a luxury there. People in Syria, when they have operation or wound, they have nothing to take. They just bet on him, just take it easy, brother. طول بالك. Inshallah بصير خير. So I was able to collect some medication and medical supply through friends, family, and SAC members with coordination with the Tansiqiyya, also with the help from Syrian American Medical Society. I was able to travel, me and a few doctors in the beginning. We were able to reach Aleppo, where we saw horrific scenes. Body all over. I'm talking to you and I see it. I live through it every day. On the ground, the supplies is none until we were able to get there after a long journey, going through many villages. It took us about 6 to 8 hours to get from Azaz to Aleppo. Usually it takes about half an hour. We have to hide under the trees from airplanes. They're spotting us. They want to target everybody getting into Halab. However, this medication, I forgot to tell you, they were all collected from generous donors, from the community, friends and family, and from other people from outside states. As I mentioned specifically, Syrian American Medical Society, Tansiqiyya, and SAC members. Medication I was able to take, such as antibiotics, anesthesia medication, surgical trays, suturing kit, trauma kit to stop bleeding from gunshot wound. Upon arrival to the border of Syria, between Turkey and Syria, I saw people waiting outside the border, trying to get in, to be placed, sleeping under the trees, on the ground, feeling desperate for any help. You can look at them, you see them, they're feeling exhausted, desperate, and desperation on their face and sadness. The refugees were outside, I said, hardly getting any help, or even to cover their children from the cold or the heat during the night. The children, I've seen bug bites on their faces and their bodies, infected, not even simple medication to treat them. Adult and children getting sick from infested water, lack of sanitation, by all means. Kids wearing torn clothes. Most of them have no shoes. People there appeared in desperate need for medical care and sanitation. There were no public bathrooms. Females had to walk 300-400 yards away from the camp or the trees to go to the bathroom. Or they're taking their kids. Even I've heard stories, the hyena was hanging around that area. It's a pretty rough area, it's mountain. Upon arrival to the city of Aleppo, destruction was everywhere thrown my way, with significant lack of all kind of help, medical and sanitation. During my visit to the local hospitals, the scene, as I said, was horrific. Blood everywhere on the ground. Some of them, the bodies or people were on stretchers. Most people were laying on the floor. Most of them, they died from bleeding before reaching medical help. Others were screaming for help. They're in pain. Nobody could reach them. The doctors working 24 hours, they looked exhausted and overwhelmed. Even some of the wounded people who got operated on, they died later on because of lack of medication and equipment needed post-operatively, which was essential. There's only, I said, only few doctors. The rest of them, medical students and young volunteer with minimum basic training or minimum medical training. Most hospitals had no electricity, no water. They were operated on electrical generators on fuel when it was available. I witnessed many surgeries was performed on darkness with basic headlights you can buy from Sports Chalet here and basic medical equipment. Dead bodies sitting outside, nobody could identify them. There's no staff to carry these bodies because if you carry something outside, you get shot. Dogs and cats passing by, checkpoints, they have sniper, they will shoot at you. Children's casualties, unbelievable. All these sniper shots, not random exposures. This is the medical equipment I'm talking about. Rusty player, a drill, to make it sterile, they put the gloves on it. Broken bone, fixed blindly. God bless the doctors there. I have not seen talent like this. But out of desperation and hope, they were able to do anything and the impossible. Look at this. I've seen doctors, they have no shoes, just shahada. That's it. Blood up to your ankle. No sewage system. This is all rusty equipment, outdated. This is some medical equipment was donated, I believe, from other non-profit organization. The infrastructure of Syria was almost completely destroyed where I was visiting, which caused contamination of water and food supply. Furthermore, the lack of health care and shortage of medication all contributed to spreading infectious disease. Cholera, leishmania, hepatitis. I was walking in Aleppo with Dr. Habbad. We were counting how many yellow eyes we see on the street walk. Most young people, they have hepatitis now. We get it from contaminated water, hepatitis A. It's on spread. Also scabies on other skin disease. Children, completely lack of health care, no vaccination. Dehydration, sepsis. Also individuals with chronic illnesses, like say, diabetes, heart problems, hypertension, they cannot get health care. I would like to end my brief speech showing some videos, but I would like to warn the parents. It might be graphic a little bit. It could be more than that. I would like to warn the parents who have children not to look, but I felt the adults here, they should see. What I felt when I came back, people became desensitized. This is the only way to show you what we are feeling and my people in Syria, they live through. We need to keep in touch. If we lose this feeling, that's not a good sign. We need the support from you and from everybody. Thank you.